to Enlightened World Network. Dr. Ruth Anderson and Teri Angel here for a meditation a day. Today we're going to be doing what we call meditation excavation, which is where Teri and I go into meditation together. We invite you to join us. And then we're just going to share with you whatever messages Spirit has shared with us. And there's always something there. So we're glad that you're here. Please join us as we meditate. And Teri, thank you so much for joining us from India today.
Oh, you're so welcome, Ruth. It's great to be here. Okay, everyone, let's go into our hearts. And the way to do that is with the breath. So we take a deep breath. I like to touch my heart center because that brings the focus more into what I'm doing. So breathe deeply into your lungs and envision it flowing to your heart, opening up that channel in your heart center. And as we continue to breathe in slowly and release slowly, I'm going to invite in 4 powerful angels, starting with Archangel Raphael. Raphael comes in as the angel of healing. And then we go to Archangel Michael, the angel of protection, our guardian angel. Archangel Gabriel. Gabriel is our messenger and brings clarity when we're focusing on spirit and helps us know what spirit's saying to us. And then we go to Archangel Uriel and invite Uriel's energy connected with the Earth planet. And Uriel helps us as we take those breaths to let the energy now flow down the length of our body. Envision that breath coming out the bottom of your feet, anchoring into the earth, bringing in balance, centering us, and helping us to feel safe and secure. Now breathe that energy back up from the earth, back up to your heart, and let it anchor there. With your next breath, we're going to let our energy go up and out. So as we breathe into the universe, we want to connect with the divine. So let's go right to the divine and to the Creator, asking the Creator to bless this meditation, to oversee any messages that are coming in and only allow that which is of love and light to flow into our hearts, into our minds as we meditate together. We invite any loved ones, spirit guides, any other angels or archangels, and we bring that energy now down through our crown and back into our heart, anchoring with the earth energy. And now we'll just sit in that and listen to whatever spirit is saying, whatever message, vision, wherever they take us today. That's what the excavation is all about. So I'm just going to breathe and be still, and let's see what they have to say to us.
Thank you, Teri. So Divine Mother showed up right away. And Teri, I don't know if you remember, this has happened twice before, where she brought in huge vessels, or it took us to a place of huge vessels. And when I say vessels, I mean like water jugs, but they're life size. And we get the opportunity to just like step into different ones and experience the energy that's in those. So we're getting that opportunity again today. Terry, you remember doing that before?
Oh, I certainly do. And I remember when we were in Egypt, we were paying attention to the vases and vessels that we saw there. It was very much a reminder of Divine Mother showing us that.
So, friends, in your mind's eye or in your imagination, to see some of these huge vessels and feel out which one feels like something you want to explore. There's always a door, a way to get into it. And just help yourself for a minute. Just pay attention to what you see and what you feel. There's angels all over the place here. We know that this is divinely guided. Teri, is there one in particular you want to check out?
Interesting. I was walking by a row of them, and an angel just set one upright because it was leaning a little bit. And I think that's the one I'm supposed to pay attention to. So I just want to check it out. It's kind of earth tones, not real flashy. There's nothing that would stick out about it, and that I think that's why the angel pointed it out to me. Because sometimes we look for the bling, we look for that thing that's going to catch our eyes when we might be overlooking something that really wants to share a message with us. Looking into those earth tones, and it really reminds me of India. It reminds me of the people that are, they're not flashy at all. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of color here. Everything is colorful, but there's nothing that yells out or screams out to pay attention to me. It's like a clockwork of energy where everything knows its place and everything works together. So it's kind of a simple vessel that I'm looking at. And I think that's the beauty of it.
So I am going into one. It is bluish purple, sort of mottled colors. And what drew me to it was gold divine light emanating out of it. So I'm wanting to go sit in that space. Oh, Archangel Raziel opened the door.
Interesting, Ruth. They're showing me a lot of people walking by these vessels. Like you and I aren't the only ones here. But I see a lot of people that just pass by the ones that are plain, the ones that are blending in, maybe with the earth. And it's so interesting, I think, that sometimes that which is quiet, still, that which isn't making a lot of noise or jumping out at somebody, it can have the deepest well, it can have the deepest of joy if we sit with it. But what do we look for? That's the question the angels are asking. What is it that when we seek, do we have already something in mind of what we're seeking?
That's so interesting that you are saying that because Archangel Raziel, who we know tends to be showy, tends to be fun, lighthearted, was who entered me into this vessel. And he sat down and started doing card games with like bright, shiny gold cards. And I said, why are you doing that? I said, I don't want to see card games. And he said, well, some people want like bright and shiny. So that's so funny, Terry, that you said that. Like they want to be entertained with their spirituality and channeling. And I said, no, that's not what I'm wanting. I'm wanting real understanding.
Yeah, because I think a lot of times that bling, that huge noise, and all of the commotion, that is such a distraction when we are asked in the Bible to be still. Be still and know that I am God. I think it's easier to be still when you have just the simple.
So this is interesting. Remember, I said with this blue purple vessel, there was gold divine light emanating out.
Mhm.
So Raziel turned that off, like to so I wouldn't be distracted with that because it was feeling blingy.
Mhm.
And when he turned it off, then this vessel that I'm sitting in, I think it became like the womb because I'm hearing a heartbeat. And the coloring around it is now sort of a pinkish physical. I don't know how to describe
Yeah.
this, as if I was in a womb, but I can hear this heartbeat.
Mhm. Yeah. Which is so interesting because when we're still, we hear the heartbeat of Mother Earth. We hear the heartbeat of the universe. I love that, Ruth. I love that you're in there and that's your experience.
And I'm being reminded they're showing me the womb as an incubator. Not that that's surprising to anybody, but that's just what they were showing me.
Right.
So, similarly, as we were in the womb, being prepared to enter this world, they're showing me a spiritual womb where if we are in it and allow the incubation to take place, then we're ready to enter this realm in a different
Mhm.
way. It's about transformation, really.
Mhm.
Teri, what's happening inside your vessel?
Really still, very quiet. They're letting me just sit there. And it's like there's no need for words. Everything is transmitted with images. I can see the angels, but they're not moving around. It's like they're just allowing that quiet moment without interfering with anything that spirit wants to say or show. I love that. I love when I can just sit in the stillness and there's no distractions, no phones ringing or people knocking on the door. And we all need that time. That's when we have a lot of our biggest growth, is when we can really face who we are and ask, what do I need to know? What do you want to show me, God? I'm shown the power of being still, the stillness, the oneness. And it feels good. It's been a really hectic day. Um, there were a lot of people, a lot of traffic, and it feels good just to be.
I think the beating heart is a reminder that we can't rush the process. What I'm seeing for me is preparation for. I've been asking for increased knowingness of the messages that I'm receiving. And this heartbeat is so regular. And as much as you want to push something or go, okay, I'm ready, let's go, I'm ready, let's go. You can't. You can't. A baby in the womb might become more active, but can't speed things up, can't speed up development or transformation.
Mhm. About giving time. Yeah, we can't force our growth. We can do the things we know to do, pray, meditate. We can't force it. It's going to happen when it's going to happen in divine time.
Well, and the structure that they're putting together underneath it all is important.
Mhm.
We don't necessarily see what undergirding they're building, but it's there. Raziel is showing me a clock, and it's always the old-fashioned kind of clock with the arms and the hands that go around. And we know that that's humorous because there's no time in the ethereal realm, but it's symbolic for those of us that think in time. And the hands are moving around the clock. So I know that this is something that is going to take time.
Mhm. It takes dedication. I just heard. We can try to rush it all we want and say, wait, I've got somewhere I have to be, so hurry up. But when we're dedicated to having that growth and having the downloads and the information the way we can truly understand it, then we'll sit in the stillness, we'll sit in the quiet, we'll allow. I think one of the reasons that they put me in silence is because there was so much noise today. Where I'm at is extremely busy and populated, and being in traffic can be very chaotic. So I think they're just showing me that I'm paying more attention to the chaos than I am to the stillness. I think the people that are moving and going, they're not aware of any chaos. They do what they know to do. And as an outsider looking in, I can see that it could be very hectic. So they're making me take another look and see how everything works perfectly together when you're not thinking how out of the ordinary it is or how confusing and chaotic it can be. So it's about perception.
I heard the language of the heart. And then I realized they were talking about the heart that I was hearing. And then I heard deliberate, nourishing, intentional, and peaceful. Hmm. Teri, do babies hear the mother's heartbeat when they're in the womb? Do you think?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
If you've ever heard a baby's heartbeat that's in the womb, it's very fast. It sounds like horses galloping. Their little heart is beating to a rhythm all its own because the mother's isn't beating that fast.
Interesting. So, what I was just getting was by keying into this, I'm going to say this is like a divine mother heartbeat. By keying into that and listening to that, one can slow their breathing, calm themselves by trying to match that heartbeat.
Yes.
Hmm. Calling that mindful living. This is interesting. So, being mindful of slowing down, being deliberate, nourishing, intentional, and peaceful, being in sync with that heartbeat, they're calling that mindful living. Interesting. Not getting caught up in the fast pace of everything that's happening around you.
And it's what I noticed about sitting in this plain vessel. There's nothing on the walls that you would pay attention to or be distracted by. It's just you, just sitting and paying attention. And that is mindfulness, being aware of your own heartbeat, of your own rhythm. What's important? What are you surrounding yourself by?
Are you allowing the silence?
Right.
So often we just fill our space with things, distractions, voices.
Yeah, what a great lesson to just be, just allow, not think we have to jump up and do something or be somewhere like that clock that's always ticking.
That is so funny. I I was thinking I was going to ask if there was more. Raziel just waved goodbye. Okay, I guess we're done. Oh my, mindful living.
Yes. Yeah, what a great message.
Yeah,
Feels good to just sit like that. And, even as I open my eyes, it's like there's a lot that can pull me away from that moment and from being here. Like, yeah, stay in that space as long as you need to. So if there's someone listening, you don't have to rush out of the meditation. Just sit with it. If you were able to tune in and tap into the joy of the silence or hearing the heartbeat, letting your heartbeat come in sync with the heartbeat of Earth and of the universe, just sit with it. I love that.
oh, beautiful. All right, friends, thank you so much for being here on Enlightened World Network. Every time we're together, there's learning that's taking place. We're so glad you're along for the ride. So, Terry Angel, thank you so much. Love you so much.
Thank you, Ruth. I love you.
Friends, take good care. God bless. We'll see you soon.